Hi, everybody. This is Lee. And I'm talking about Indivisible again. Indivisible with Liberty and Medicare for All. It's actually just called Indivisible, and it's gaining steam. People become energized and motivated by that publication written by former congressional members making recommendations on how constituents can get messages across to their representatives in Congress. And so now the Congress is in a recess, meaning that they're no longer passing legislation or voting in Washington, D.C., that they have this time to go back to their home districts and speak with constituents. However, something different is happening this year, that congressional members are in hiding because word has gotten out that the pitchforks are coming for them. And so they're laying low under the radar, kind of dodging their constituents rather than glad handing. And so there's another guide released by Indivisible that there's a pivot now. And the pivot is Missing Members of Congress Action Plan. Former congressional staff explain how to make your members of Congress more accessible. And that it's asking the question, where on earth has your member of Congress gone? Either your representative or your senators, your two senators. They're saying that this is happening for a very simple reason, that they're missing in action. That members of Congress do not want to look weak or unpopular. No one wants a bad YouTube video. I think everyone's seen Jason Chavez, and we're not impressed. And so they don't want to be Jason Chavez. And so Indivisible has put a toolkit together to describe how local groups can make members of Congress more accessible, how to beat the bushes and, flush them out. And so they're saying that town halls are a basic part of the democratic heritage, and every member of Congress should have them. They're a time-honored tradition for listening to constituents. And so they're saying that this is how they're giving recommendations on how you can flush your member of Congress out into the open via town halls. If they won't, you can invite them to a town hall, put it together yourself. If they won't have a town hall, then you can have a citizens town hall and invite them. Or you can find out where they're hosting their, closed door meetings and fundraisers and special interest groups meetings, and then make your presence known outside that event. And that you can make an ask of your representative to participate and engage in communication with the constituent. And if they do, then fine. If not, then it's time to go public and make sure that the media knows that this representative is refusing to service the constituents. And so many recommendations here as well. The only recommendation that I'm going to add is I've seen some of these in action, and I believe that resist Trump is not as strong as a message as people want to think it is, that it's very generic. That it's actually a very generic ask, and it might be time to be a little bit more specific with the signage, with the theme, with the messaging. I recommend Medicare for All, because it seems like people are trying to pretend like this is impossible, that it will never happen. And then while people are energized, this is a great time because there seems to be some uncertainty of what the next healthcare package is going to look like. That there should be something direct, even something about Dakota Access Pipeline, something about women's issues, all very, worthy of being publicized and spoken about, I believe. And so resist Trump again. I don't recommend that. Something specific that is very direct and can force the member of Congress to actually state a position rather than something vague. Okay, and so that would be my recommendation. And I'm gonna go on to talk about one member specifically. This is Paul Ryan. He's the Speaker of the House. He has a district in Wisconsin, and he has been confronted. Being the Speaker, he's high profile, and so with that comes a lot of responsibility, and people feel like he is not, again, like Jason Chaffetz, performing at the top of his skill set. His involvement with many issues concerning the Trump administration, and then also the support for repeal and replace of the Medicare, of the Obamacare. And I looked at his OpenSecrets page just to see, he seems to be against negotiating lower drug prices for Medicare. He's against Medicare for all. He's against Obamacare. And so I'm like, what is this about? Why would someone say, no, you need to pay higher prices for prescription drugs? You need to not have universal health care or even a public option. Maybe you can have a tax credit, and so you can have access to get health insurance, not necessarily health care. And so why would that be happening? And you can look at Paul Ryan's OpenSecrets page, and you see that Pfizer drives Paul Ryan like a car. One of his main contributors is Pfizer, which is big pharma, a pharmaceutical company. And then also Blue Cross and Blue Shield, an insurance company, is very high on his list of top campaign donations. And so some things are explained, or they explain themselves. And so this is probably someone who could be very benefited from, who might benefit from a Medicare for All Indivisible campaign. Something with a point other than resist Trump, which is, again, vague and generic and very vanilla. And, it could be anything. So something specific, I hope. And I'm going to go ahead and post links to this information in the description if you want to follow up. There's ways that you can track down your own members of Congress and see if you can get them to listen to you. And if not them, then media. Good luck.